Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I want to talk a little bit about the carnivore diet, kind of what to expect when you first start it. But first of all, this is a gaming channel. I mainly do gaming content. I am working these lifestyle changes kind of things into the channel, so that if you're new here, just know that like the main content that I create here is gaming content, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's talk about this, because when I first started making these carnivore videos, I had let me turn this off. When I started making the carnivore videos, I was already past that first couple of weeks. Like I started making these videos, I think on like day 19, when I was actually starting to feel like really good, when things were starting to get healed, when I was starting to have more consistent energy and all that kind of stuff throughout the day. Like all of the benefits are absolutely incredible. But we're going to talk about them first couple of weeks, because I think a lot of people get started and they're like, woof, nope, not doing this. So let me explain how my first week, I will start with week 1, because week 1 is absolutely the hardest, and it is you're either going to make it or it's going to break you. Pretty hardcore. Like it is pretty hardcore. So, I was already feeling like garbage, clearly, because, all the sugar and all the other processed foods and everything else that I'd been eating on a regular daily basis. And I was eating a significant amount of this stuff every day as well. I'd go to work, I'd order like $13 of food off the gut truck. Then I would come home, and then I would eat like, whatever my wife would cook, which always had, like lots of carbs, lots of sweet stuff, lots of dressing. I'd be snacking in between that. I mean, like if you'd been here for a while, you know that I'd have like a box of Twinkies and stuff that I'd be eating right here while I'm live streaming and stuff. Like I was eating the standard American diet every single day, and I was enjoying it. Never in my wildest dreams did I think it was hurting my body as bad as it was. But so that first week, because you're already feeling bad. I mean, if you're going into the carnivore diet and you're looking for this to lose weight, I seriously caution against that. I mean, like the losing weight part is absolutely going to come. But, after that first few weeks, when you lose all that water weight, you are going to get to a point where you've got a lot of fat on your body that your body is going to have to break down and use for energy. And if you're not going to be doing like intermittent fasting and all of that stuff in between that, then it's going to take a while. So the other part of it is going to be the autoimmune healing, all the other things that are going to start to change, like with the joint pain, the headaches, the feeling sick in your stomach all the time, waking up and feeling groggy, just having like a foggy head, like all of the stuff that you've heard other content creators talk about and be passionate about, is because it's true. Like once you start to get to that point, and then it's kind of like, well, where I'm at right now, it's kind of like plateaued. I just have this like new sense of how every day is. I've got my energy, I do whatever. Usually it just feels good. Like I'm not like, I'm still, like getting better. Obviously my body's still getting better, but at the same time, like I've hit this like brand new stability. Like it's like a new stable, like this is how my day is now. And instead of, like just having like all of the problems that I was having before. So, I know I've been saying we're going to talk about this first week, but I wanted to get that stuff out first so that you guys can know that, like, look, man, it is worth fighting for, because that first week is painful. Like, it sucks, because on top of all the other pain that you're already feeling, you're going to feel even more tired. You're going to potentially have diarrhea every single day, and it's going to be like, not necessarily explosive, but it's gonna bug you. Like you're gonna be like, oh man, your tummy's gonna start gurgling, and you're gonna have to go to the bathroom. So be prepared for that. Like prepare for that. Just prepare that. Like, hey man, like I might. A way to counteract the whole, the gut thing. Cook your meat a lot more done. And why, like during your first week. To be completely honest with you. During your first week, I wish I would have known this, and I wish I would have known this. Maybe eat like higher protein versus fat, so that your body isn't like feeling sick all the time. But you want to work into that fat, like you want that, and you do want the diarrhea, because that is going to be where you're shedding that water weight. That is something that you definitely want. You want that to happen. If that happens, just know that it's working. You're getting rid of a whole bunch of extra water weight that you absolutely do not need to be carrying around. So yes, get rid of it as fast as possible. Either, if it's something that you just can't handle, try making, your meat a little more protein rich, and doing a little bit less fat. But the faster you get through it, the better off you're going to be. I maybe poop one time a day now. I do. I poop one time a day now. Usually in the morning, I get up, I go to the bathroom. It takes me a couple minutes. It used to take like 25 minutes. Now it's a couple minutes, and I'm out the door, and I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling relieved. So that is like a major bonus. But yes, you're going to go through that. You're going to go through that diarrhea, and you're going to get rid of all that water weight, and you're going to feel so much better after that. You're still going to have the joint pain for the first week. Your headaches should go away within just a few days, within like your first days. But the biggest thing, the absolute biggest thing that's going to keep you on the standard American diet is the gosh dang freaking sugar addiction. That is the hardest part to kick. You can deal with the diarrhea. You can deal with being tired. Just go to sleep, wake up, do whatever, and know that like this is temporary. This lack of energy is temporary. You are going to get good, clean energy after that. So right when you first start, yes, you're going to feel tired. Sleep. Go to bed. If you're tired, go to sleep. Just sleep. Just get some rest. You're going to have the diarrhea. Plan for that. If you plan for that, you can make it happen, and you'll feel better about it. The mood swings, like the groggy head, like the stuff that obviously is already troubling you is still going to bother you. But the sugar addiction, now this is where things get really interesting. If you just use more salt, and this first week is pretty crucial. Use more salt, eat your meat with your salt, and that salt is going to start to freaking help you not crave sugar. And that's the hard part, kicking your body, because it takes at least 24 hours for your body to like fully kick out that. And then after you get like the diarrhea, whatever, like that first week is like the worst week. It is terrible. It is gonna test you, and it is gonna tempt you. But I promise you, if you eat more salt, the sugar cravings won't be as strong. And it is very important to eat until you are full. Just eat till you're full. You don't have to count calories on this diet or on this lifestyle change. You don't have to count calories. I eat until I'm full, and then I stay full longer because I'm just eating the meat and I'm getting the fats. So my stomach is absolutely shrinking. Like, it's shrinking. I know that when you first start, so that first week you're probably gonna eat a good amount of meat. Like you're probably gonna eat a good amount of meat. Maybe even the second week too. You're gonna be able to keep consuming pretty much proportionate to what you were consuming before, and maybe a little bit more, because meat's gonna compact down even smaller, whereas all the carbs and all the other stuff was bloating you and making you feel sick and all of that stuff. Like you're gonna be able to pack that meat in there a lot tighter. So you might actually increase your overall capacity for eating, at first. It's going to feel like you're eating a lot. You are. But your body's been starved for those nutrients for so long that it just wants them and wants them and wants them. Another major roadblock in the first week is when you're eating that much meat. Pretty soon, subconsciously, like your brain is going to try to tell you, no, I don't want no more of that. It's going to try to trick you. It's going to be like, ooh, gosh, it's a true thing, because I was looking at my steak chunks as I was cooking them, and I was like, oh man, I just don't know if I want to eat any more meat. I just had this like sense of impending doom come over me when I was cooking it. But then when I took a piece out and I took a bite, I was like, whoa, that's actually incredible. And see, you got to get over that mental block in that first week of being able to continue to consume meat, because if you don't, then you're going to fall back onto your old ways, and then you're not going to see the progress that you need to achieve, that you need to get past that first week. And that's why I highly stress that you don't cheat. I was about 4 days in, and it was a Sunday, and I was like, man, I can't do this. I gotta have a pizza. And after three full days, almost 4 full days of eating just meat, and then I broke down at night and I went and bought a pizza, and I ate 2 slices of it. But here's the thing, like I had already started to get to a point where like my body was like getting used to the meat. And then when I ate the pizza, like I instantly felt sick. I instantly felt like, oh gosh, I could almost taste like it didn't taste good. It didn't taste like I remembered it tasting. So you'll start, your taste buds and everything will start to change pretty rapidly, actually, because your body, it doesn't want garbage. And your body has always told you that. But once you get to a point where you're numb to it, it doesn't matter anymore because you'll keep consuming it, even though it tastes like garbage. And so once I figured that out, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not doing this again. I'm not gonna eat anything other than meat. And so after that, it was a lot more. It was a lot easier to be able to keep going without having to worry about any of that other stuff. You know, I was eating my salt. My cravings for sugar and other stuff were starting to die down pretty rapidly. Started eating bacon and steak. That's pretty much what I was eating for a long time, was just the bacon and steak with the butter. Now I'm incorporating more types of meat, and I'm playing around with stuff. I'm buying like bulk chunks of meat, and I'm cutting them up myself. So that's pretty cool. But that first week is going to be rough. You're going to have a hard time with that. You're going to go through these symptoms, like your body trying to your mind trying to convince you that your body needs this stuff, and it doesn't. You know, your body is going to, within 24 hours, it's gonna start to heal itself. You're gonna get the diarrhea. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna want to sleep. You're gonna have shaky energy levels throughout the day. Like you're going to. So I suggest you eat more fat. But the more fat is also going to cause you the diarrhea. But you need to get fat adapted as fast as possible, so that you can start gaining that strength, that raw, real energy that you're going to get from your body consuming the fat. So week 2, let's talk about week 2 for a minute. Week 2 is definitely going to feel a lot better. You probably won't have the headaches anymore. You shouldn't possibly still be having diarrhea as much as you did in the first week. It should start to subside. You should start feeling a little bit better. I mean, week 2, I was still kind of like, week 2 is like you're getting used to eating the meat. Like it's starting to taste good like every single time. You're over the mental block of not really having like sugar or any of that kind of stuff. You've made it past the hardest week, and now you're into week 2. Now you're adjusting. Now you're going to be starting to feel some of the good stuff. Your joint pain's probably going to start to go away. Your headaches should be gone by that time. I haven't had a headache. I had a headache one day in the last 60 what is this, like 62, 63 days or whatever that I've been doing this. You shouldn't have any more headaches by this time. You should be feeling pretty dang good. You should start to see, like the water weight coming off. Obviously, you should start to feel a little bit. You should probably have lost, like maybe 5-10 pounds by this time. Make sure you got a scale so you can start to weigh yourself, because that's going to help you boost your confidence to keep going. And then after you get to the end of your second week is when you should really start to notice. And it's weird. Like, you're going to notice this stuff. You're going to notice, like, hey man, I'm getting way better sleep now. Like I actually feel rested. And you're going to start waking up earlier. You're going to go to bed at your normal time, and then you're going to wake up after like exactly 5 hours. It's weird. It's weird. You're going to wake up after 5 hours, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, dude, what the heck? I've actually started pushing myself to go to bed at like 11 o'clock or midnight, so that I can wake up at 5, because that's where I used to wake up, is like 5 o'clock. But before that, I was going to bed at 10 and I was waking up at 3 in the morning. So I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to be doing this. So I kind of had to adjust my sleeping schedule a little bit. And that's like one of the things that I think the sleeping thing was one of the biggest things I noticed first, because I was getting better sleep. I was feeling more rested, which in turn was giving me better energy. And I was just feeling happier. I was getting out of bed and I was feeling like, wow, man, I actually have energy today and I feel pretty good. Those are like the small things that you're going to start to feel like almost immediately. Some people are going to mistake this for insomnia. But the truth is when you go to sleep and you wake up after 5 hours, you're going to feel okay throughout the day. As long as you're consuming enough fat, you're going to have that energy. I haven't had a day in a very long time that I haven't had consistent energy all through the day. I've been able to, unless I didn't consume fat. If I just ate like protein or red meat or whatever, and I didn't do eggs or something like that, those are the only days that I've felt that I'm like, oh man, I just don't have that Superman energy today that I normally have. So there are things that you're gonna experience. And the first 2 weeks of a carnivore diet are probably going to be the hardest. But if you make it past week 2, and here's the thing, if you make it past week 2 and you have noticed and you have felt in your own body, in your own in your own physiological, like if you feel those physiological changes and like you feel that, you're going to be even more excited about continuing to do this. And yes, it is kind of a lifestyle change. People are going to look at you weird when you tell them you're a carnivore. And that's fine. Tell them you're a carnivore. Like, who cares what they think? Your body, your mind, your happiness. That's what matters more. If you're in a situation, if you've made it to the point where you're watching this video because you don't feel good, what do you got to lose? Seriously, that's the thing. What do you have to lose? You've tried everything else. You've tried dieting. You've tried working out. You've tried every single thing that you possibly could, except for eating what we're designed to eat. I fully believe that after as long as I've been on this, and I've seen the amazing changes that my body's gone through. I feel more alert. I feel better. I'm not snorting all the freaking time. I don't even fart anymore. Like, you won't even fart. That's pretty cool. You won't have like the bubbling and rumbling in your gut. When you're hungry, you're not going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Like, it doesn't hurt anymore. Like, you don't hurt when you're hungry. Like, it's weird. Like, you're just like, okay, man, yeah, I feel hungry. Maybe I could eat. Do I need to eat right now? Maybe I could push it a little bit further. And it just becomes like this tug of war in your brain. Like, do I want to eat? And it does help if you stay on a schedule. Like, I eat in the morning, then I eat right after work, then I go on to my, intermittent fasting type deal. And that seems to be helping me. The longer you get, to let your body break down your food without filling it up with more, I think is probably going to be pretty good for a lot of people. But you don't have to do that at first. Like, you're going to get to that point regardless. If you stay on the carnivore diet and you stick to it and you follow it, you're going to get to that point pretty quickly. You will get to that point where you are, where your body is going to let you know when you're hungry, but it's not going to be like that little 5-year-old kid in the store screaming like your stomach used to. Like, you're going to be okay. Like, you'll be able to continue doing whatever you're doing, finishing your errands, getting through the workday, doing whatever you need to do, whatever you are doing, without having to sit there and think about your stomach. Cooking is getting significantly easier because now, like, I'm starting to like my meat even a little bit more rare. So it takes less time to cook. I throw it in some butter, I cook my steak, flip it over after like 2-3 minutes on each side, and then boom, I'm already eaten, I'm already done, I'm already moved on to doing something else. And I don't think about food all day. Not anymore. Like, I don't sit and like, oh man, when I get home, I'm going to have a cheeseburger and this and that, or I can't wait to find out what mama's going to cook for dinner. It's not like that no more. I cook all my own food now. I even cook for the family now. It's weird. Like, this energy, this like burst of energy, and the overall feeling that you'll get back into your life is going to give you energy. It's going to give you clean energy. You're going to have less anxiety. You're going to have less, like, you're not going to be depressed. You're going to be happy. I smile a lot more now that I'm doing this because I don't have, and it's kind of weird, man. I'm going to be a little bit real with you for a minute, because for this last since I started packing on the weight and started getting, pretty sick, when it all started affecting me, I was starting to lose my energy pretty bad. So I was, my wife would want to go do stuff and I'd be like, no, I don't want to do it. And I would almost get like kind of rude, like defensive, and my wife's always been such a good person, such a good woman. And for me to be like that just because my body aches and I'm tired and I don't feel good, it doesn't make any sense. So I mean, like, yeah, every day that I feel better, I've been trying to be there more for my family, spend more time with them, be happier, be more optimistic, be more outgoing. All of these things that I just didn't feel like doing because I absolutely felt like garbage, like absolute garbage. I felt bad, like I didn't have the energy, man. I was barely making it through the work week, coming home, sitting in my chair, trying to think up video ideas, coming out with just whatever, just throwing out some random video, and then going right over there and laying on my bed and taking a nap. Then I'd get up and I'd be like, oh man, I slept through all the day and I didn't put out enough content. So then the weekend would come and I'd try to make a whole bunch of videos real quick in the morning, start uploading them all, go over there and take a nap while they're all uploading. Like, I don't do that no more. Now I can actually sit here and enjoy playing video games and enjoy doing whatever I'm doing, enjoy spending time with the family, still be able to come over here, rock out a video. And I feel like my content is getting better. I feel like my videos are getting better. They're getting more... I think they're staying more on point because before they're literally all over the place. I think they're still all over the place, but my ADD is not as bad as it used to be. I can actually think a little bit more clear, and usually like piece things together during the day, to like, if I get a video idea, then I can come and do it. I feel like my impromptu skills for making these videos are getting better because I don't sit down and write down anything. I just try to speak from my mind and I just try to speak how I'm feeling. So everything comes out unfreaking unfiltered. And that's cool. Like, I'm a real person. You're a real person. I want to give you real content. It's not gonna, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to be a real person and let you know that, like, yeah, dude, this works. But yeah, there is, there's definitely some social stigmatism that comes with being a carnivore. There's so much negative content out there right now talking about how meat's bad for you. It's going to give you this or it's going to give you that. Well, if meat is bad for me, why do I feel so much better than I ever did before? I was having breathing problems. I'm not having breathing problems anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I was getting to the point where I would like, I'd go to do, like, like, I'd be working at work and I'd be doing something hard and I'd be like, oh man, I'd start getting short of breath and all that. Not anymore. I'm doing pretty good now. I'm able to do stuff. I'm able to rock it out, and I'm able to keep my body feeling good. My fat legs aren't rubbing against each other all day anymore. It's incredible. It's incredible. This is going to change your life. This is going to make you feel better, but you are going to have to stick to it. You are going to have to get through week 1 and week 2. And once you get through those 2 weeks, then it's up to you. Then your willpower is going to 100% decide if you're going to be able to make it or if you're going to fail. But getting through the first 2 weeks is probably the hardest. It's probably one of the it is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And like, I've kicked a drug habit before, and kicking sugar, whew, man. That was a lot harder to kick than the drugs I was doing back in my 20s. Like, kicking the sugar was definitely definitely more of a struggle than the other one. Like, I don't know if that's true. I mean, either way, they were both a way of life, but yes, it did feel like that again. It kind of felt like that again. Oh, and another note, I'm having much better dreams now. Actually, I don't even remember having dreams now because I'm sleeping so good. Get yourself one of these little smartwatches and it'll track your sleep so that you can see, like, when you're getting REM sleep, when you're getting freaking, when you're having like deep sleep or whatever, or when you're having like just normal sleep. Get one of these and like, let it start tracking your sleep pattern, and you'll see that you're getting so much more deep sleep and normal sleep than you are REM. Like, when you're getting REM sleep, you're having vision, you're having like vivid dreams and stuff like that. It used to be like the whole night I would have that, but now it's barely any, like maybe 20 minutes of that. And like, the bulk of it now is regular light sleep. and then deep sleep. Like, I'm getting significantly more deep sleep, and that is good. When you get that deep sleep, that's when your body's repairing itself. That's when you're in a position to where, like, yeah, your body's taking care of itself and it's coming back together. So all right, my friends, I hope this video helps. I will be making, my day 70 video when that day comes. It's pretty close. I'm on like day 63, 64, whatever now. So I just wanted to put this out because I am getting a lot of feedback for this. And thank you guys for watching these videos. I just want to help, and I just want to help you get through this the best way I can. So, all right, my friends, thank you for watching this, and we'll see you guys in the next one.